Hello, everybody. This is Teacher Levy. Today, we'll be making another slow English video. Today, I am outside in a cafe. So, just so there's no noise and no music. So, we don't want the videos to get removed. So, I have to film in places like these. I wanted to say thank you for those who attended the live stream on Wednesday for the book challenge. So today we'll do a listening comprehension practice. So I will speak in slow English. I will tell a story, and you can use this to improve your listening. Also, perhaps work on your pronunciation. So that will be today's video. But I wanted to share that next Monday, so in a couple days, we'll do the next live stream. So part 2 of the book challenge. The first part, we read chapters 1, 2, and 3. Now we'll read chapters 4, 5, and 6. So the next 3 chapters. And then we'll do one more week and we'll finish the book. So this time I'll also post some questions about what to look out for and what to expect. Thank you. What to expect while you're reading for the live stream. So that is the idea. We're going to highlight vocabulary again, so to improve our vocabulary. And also I would encourage, notice encourage you to work on your sentence structure. And this is just by reading, pausing, and analyzing the sentences and the way the author writes the book, the way the author constructs her sentences. So I got my hot chocolate, but we're not vlogging today. So I wanted to share a story from the past when I was growing up, and we can use this as listening practice. So this story took place when I used to live on, actually, a place called Apple Hill. In Connecticut, there are a lot of orchards, and orchards are farms where they can have apples, for example, an apple orchard. And there was a hill specifically in town where they had a lot of apples. So they called it Apple Hill. This place was really close to where I lived, and I had my friend come over my house. I don't know if it was the weekend or it was a weekday, but it was very common for us during middle school and high school to have friends come over or go over their house. So we all lived close, so we could even walk, or some of us would have our parents drive us to our friend's house. So that was very common after school, on the weekends, to spend time with friends. So I had my friend come over, and near my house we had a quarry. A quarry is where they mine stone or other materials from the earth. So we had a stone quarry with a pond, a small lake, a pond. We would go there for fun, to look at fish or to try and fish there. And that was a place that was about 50 minutes away, so we would walk to the quarry. Now, once we got there, there was a trail that led down to Apple Hill, or down Apple Hill, because we were on top, and we decided to go. My brother came as well, I think, so it was the three of us hiking. We weren't hiking, we were more adventuring. So we were adventuring. I've never gone down that path, so that was the first time. And I didn't know where it led or where it led to. So it was a bit unknown. If we don't know, we can say unknown to us, to all of us. So we start walking down this path and we come across, notice come across, we have talked about this before. We come across, so we found unexpectedly. We came across a farm. This was one of the farms on the hill, and it had a lot of different buildings on the farm. One of them was this big barn. A barn could be a building where they have animals. It could be for storing it could be for storing tools. It could be for storing your produce. If you have wheat or different products, you could keep it in the barn. Hay, keep hay in the barn. So it wasn't fenced off. When we have a fence, we can say a place is fenced off. Not fenced. Fenced, we can understand you, but the correct pronunciation, we can say fenced off. So it wasn't fenced off. We decided to wander in, to wander in, just exploring. And we go into the area, we go into this barn. I remember it had huge, very big, huge barn doors open. So we didn't break in, we were just exploring. And we were kids. So we go inside, look around this big barn. I don't know what he had inside. I think tools, maybe a small tractor, nothing special. But I remember looking up and seeing a bat, at least one, but there was definitely a bat. And we were trying to, I don't know if we were trying to throw stuff at it or what, thank you, or what we were trying to do, but we were definitely excited to see a bat. They hang from the ceiling, so the bats hang upside down, and that's interesting to see and to try and play with them or try to do something with the bat. So we were excited about that. As we spot the bat, suddenly a man shows up, because we're inside the barn. It's a long barn. We walk down maybe halfway through the barn, and a man shows up, and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing here? What are you doing here?" I got my food as well. Ham and cheese toast with ketchup. So this is just some breakfast. So he said, "What are you doing here?" And we said, "Oh, we were so surprised. It caught us off guard." We can say it caught me off guard, or it caught us off guard, or we were caught off guard, meaning we were surprised. We were so caught off guard that we didn't know what to say. And one of us, I don't know if it was me, my brother, or my friend, one of us said, "There's a bat." that was our response when the guy asked, what are we doing in his barn? We said, oh, there's a bat. And that was kind of funny because it doesn't really answer the question of what we're doing inside his barn. So then some line of questioning happened. Line of questioning meaning he started questioning us, asking us questions. At some point, when we stepped outside the barn, my friend ran. So he got scared. He ran away. And me and my brother, I don't know what exactly happened. I think the guy asked us where we live, and we were worried that he would call the police or something. So anyways, we left, me and my brother. My friend ran. He booked it. If you run away quickly, we can say he booked it. So he just ran, he sprinted away. And I was a bit concerned because walking back, we couldn't find him. So, and he's been near our house, so he kind of has a sense meaning has an understanding of the area, but he wasn't an expert about the location, that specific place. So we were concerned, similar to worried. We were concerned about did he get lost, what happened, and then, we would get in trouble if we lost our friend. So we went back home and he was already in our house. So I guess he ran all the way back home and just got scared, probably. So that was good. I'm going to try this food. Delicious. I've been here to this cafe once before. Once, one time, twice, two times. I've been here once. The customer service was terrific. So I like places where they have good customer service. I think it's more important is fine. We can understand you, but we can say important than the price. The price matters. Of course, you don't want to pay too much if something's overpriced, but I think it's better to pay a little more and have good service than to pay less and not have good service. Of course, these are not always related. Sometimes you can have a place that's very affordable. Affordable means we can afford it. So a place that is very affordable and has lovely or great or amazing, fantastic service, customer service. So it doesn't always go hand in hand. If two things go together or come together, we can say they go hand in hand. So some people might think the better the place or the more expensive the place, the better the service. But I disagree. I think they don't go hand in hand. Sometimes you can go to a small family-owned business that's not expensive, we can say inexpensive, and have great service. In the US, we have a couple sayings regarding customer service. One is the customer is king. So we have king, queen. The king is the ruler, so the customer is king, meaning we have to please the customer. So that's the idea of that. There's also the customer is always right. So that's another one. It's very easy to understand. If you have an argument with a customer, you try to, even if they're wrong, you try to help them. You try not to argue with them. So that is the idea, perhaps, of good customer service. And I'm a fan. If we like something, we can say I'm a fan of something. I'll show you quickly again what we have, and then we're going to end it because I have, again, church in the morning on a Saturday, and then next we'll have a stream on Monday. So let me show you what we have before I go. So, and thank you for the patience from everybody. I like these windows. Thank you for the patience, for waiting for the videos. Okay, so we have this ham and cheese toast. The cheese is melted. We have diced, these aren't diced, but sliced tomatoes, cucumber. This is hot chocolate because I don't drink coffee. And then we have ketchup, a fork, and a knife. So maybe I'll use the fork and the knife so I don't get my fingers messy or greasy from the cheese. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day. If you support these videos, like and subscribe. And we'll do the stream on Monday. I'll post an announcement today as well about the time and the questions. So I'll have the exact time on Monday. The questions you should try to answer before the stream starts, and we can discuss those answers during the stream. And remember, it's chapters 4, 5, and 6. So we did the first 3 last time. We'll do the next 3 this time. And we'll also highlight vocabulary and talk about that. So that will be on Monday. I'll post the exact time on YouTube when we'll do the stream. So thank you for watching. If you'd like to speak with me, you can find the link in the description. I've had many of you now join the lessons, which is great. So thank you for the support, for the feedback, and have a great day. Bye-bye.